Hey, all fans of the shop. Update. I know I probably missed 1 or 2 weeks. Things have gone completely crazy for me. So here we are. I just did a video on Brad and Mary Camp's Venator. It's all painted, and you guys can go over and check that video out as I kind of really went into detail about this car. But it has been painted. It's out of the paint booth. Things are getting attached to it so it can come all to the wet sanding and polishing and stuff like that. Over here we have Miss Cassie's, the Cajun Queen. It's just being fine-tuned and sanded and stuff like that. The only thing that we are missing on the Cajun Queen is a front hood. Cassie's talked to a couple people. We thought we had one through Jason Waller. He had bought a parts car, and it turned out that the hood was completely rotted and up front, and that's where they rot out on these things. But the Cajun Queen, once we get a hood, it's pretty much just going to fly right along. Mr. John's Sammy over here, down in Florida. Sammy is just kind of waiting. I think all the body work on this has been done. There might be just a little bit more, John. I'm not sure, but I know the hood, the fenders, the deck lid, all that's in primer, and I will show that to you here in just a few. So, and then, like I said, this thing is not far. It's just one of those deals where, like I said, it's always this kind of moving around stuff. But we had to get Brad's caught up there, and it's finally done. And so it's probably not going to be too long, and this one will be heading into the paint booth, and then we'll get up, do all that interior like you wanted, and like what we talked about through emails and stuff like that. So Sammy is looking really, really good. The guys just do awesome work. I just don't say that because, you know, it's coming out of this shop or anything, but Don and Mike do such fabulous work, and I'm just so glad to have them part of my team. The pickup's coming along. It's coming along pretty good. This car here is Brandy. Brandy, the only thing that Brandy is missing is to go get the weapons box installed. Once the weapons box is installed, Scotty will be coming up, and his name is Scott. I call him Scotty. I kind of give everybody like little nicknames or call them a little bit different and stuff, and it's just easier for me to remember people that way because I deal with a lot of people. But Brandy here is a gorgeous looking car, and I just got to get the weapons box in. So my plan is, and I know Jeff, number 2, my brother Jeff LeMay up in Canada, he's probably wondering about Moose. Well, I'm going to come out here and we're going to talk a little bit about Moose. Moose has, you guys can, you'll probably see it here just real quick. Get down here so everybody can see. There's the new exhaust tips on Moose, hanging down like Dean's. Jeff, this car, the sun visor just came in. I'm still waiting on the material to do the basket weave on the quarter panels. You have brand new tires, and there they are. I put brand new tires on this, and alignment's been done on it. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, of course, we got your updated front suspension, the radiator, and everything like that. So what is next on this? We're going to do the interior, and then the weapons box, and then the Moose will be yours. And I'm kind of step back here so you can see the stance on the Moose. I love it. Ass end's up a little, front end's down just a little. It's not major, it's just slightly, and looks really good. I think Michael just screwed this antenna on. This is not right. We'll get you. I got to get a hold of Brian. I keep forgetting to text him. But we'll get the antenna and all that stuff situated. And from what I've driven Moose does very well going down the road. Sounds really good. I haven't got to drive it in big distances. It's just been like down to the exhaust shop, down to the alignment shop and stuff like that. I have your bumper in, so we're going to swap those out. And like I said, weapons box, and it will be yours, but I got to wait for the material. I got to do my little magic inside, and then it's going to be backed up, and I'm going to try to do yours and Brandy's weapons box at the same time. So it's just easier for me to do that. Trying to think what's going on out here. We got lots of cars piling up and stuff. So one of the things here on the shop video, before, and as you guys can see, there's like water. I don't know if you guys can see all this, but it's just been raining like crazy. The shop, we finally, I think it's, well, I'm going to call it 90-95% done. There's some things that has to be done. But as you guys know, this year, big windstorm came, took this whole top roof off, and behind us is a railroad track. As most of the time when I'm doing these videos, a train's going by, which is probably due any minute. But we had to get all new siding and everything. So this thing was like, I had to be all completely redone. And it's, like I said, it's about 90 to 95% done. There's some things that still needs to be done up there, but at least now I'm going to kind of come in here and kind of show you. So, of course, there's no lights in here, but we've got one of the El Caminos over here and some four-wheelers and stuff, and we'll start stacking some cars up in here. But it's nice to have us as all new walls, new everything. So it's nice to have this done so we can start getting things back in here. Over here, what we have, this is what I call Queenie. Queenie is owned by Stephen Wiggins. And Steve, your car has been painted. The suspension, everything is on this. We're just basically finding time to get it brought up. My buddy Stephen Hornback's car's over here. I need for this car a left side upper control arm bracket. And so if anybody out there, I'm putting this kind of as an SOS out there, I need that. So please contact me. I've talked to a few people on it, and hopefully something's going to come up. But if somebody's got one, I believe it's the left side, because we're going to do the dual control arms on this car. Of course, we have Don's high school Camaro, and then this old blue sitting back here. Old blue is probably going to be sold. My buddy that is Eddie, who lives in Holland, he was originally going to buy this car, and then he switched over to mine, which is out there, the purple one, just for the fact that my car came with everything to make it an Impala. It had all everything. And where that car does not have everything to make it an Impala, but that's still a very, very nice car. And I will be talking probably tomorrow to a girl named Nadine on this car over here. And so it's probably going to be sold, good chances. But so that's kind of what's going on. I need for Steven's car, I need a big block oil pan too for his car, because I cannot put the engine in. He's got like a 500 horsepower 454. It's all built. It's in a crate up in our, oh, and here's fenders, doors, and I think these might go to another car that I guess I'll talk about it. And there's more, John. These are probably yours. That goes to Sammy. I don't know. Don knows where whose is whose. We've got, let me see. I know for a fact, okay, no. These are yours to Sammy. There's your deck lid and your hood. Back there might have been Cassie's. Like I said, it's Don knows whose is whose. I don't. The fenders and stuff back over here, right there, are for Goldie, and they're all pretty much done. And then the hood and fenders for our truck that we have over there. Let me see here. So I was talking about some fenders and hood for a car. This is a car that we got a while back. It was done on some wheeling and dealing, trading and stuff, and we don't get to work on this car that often because it can only be done on weekends, evenings, or holidays. In fact, the car was first brought in here on July 4th. When the shop was closed, that's when this car was brought in. Not all the body work is done quite yet. It's almost. There's a few things that's got to be done, but we're going to sell this car. Our plans were to build this car completely out and then sell it completely done. And we're just trying to find time and where you're just not always working on cars. I think it's just wearing on everyone because that's all we see is these cars. A lot of people don't realize this is a Sunday afternoon right now, and I'm up here getting an engine ready for Stephanie for her screen use car. And it seems like we never get away from our job. My phone is always going off. Emails are always coming in. My wife is like, you really need to take a break. And I'm like, but I need to take care of my customers. And we're not burned out, but it does. It just kind of wears on you for a while. And when we had great aspirations to do this car, we finally just said, why don't we get it to a certain point and then we're just going to sell it. So this car is going to be up for sale here in the very near future. Just so everybody knows, it's a 12-bolt rear, turbo 400, and the car I think was originally a small block. I can't remember because there was no engine when it came in it. And we have a 454, and this 454 came out of an 85 Blazer, and the motor ran really good. Don was out doing donuts in the parking lot with the Blazer, and so we just pulled it. And there's a lot of small crap on this, and the pulleys are wrong, and so forth like that. But basically, our thing was we were going to put a new oil pump, new water pump, new timing chain, and paint it up. And stick it in. But if somebody wants, because we're going to probably sell it with all the body work done, it'll be in primer. If somebody's wanting it, and since all the body's worked, and they're like, hey, I'm a mechanic and I want to do this, this, and this, talk to us. We'll work on something. But we are going to put the tubular A-arms on this car, and if somebody wants to upgrade and do the Hotchkiss suspension and stuff, let us know. The car is not a factory AC car, but we have everything to make it look like a factory AC car, much like they did on the show. Only we're going to take it a step further. We're going to put the suitcase on the firewall. It'll have the lower vents in it, the corner vents, and of course the dash with the center vent. Again, I'm trying to keep everything straight here. The car has a tilt steering in it. It's an Impala. It has all the trim. There's nothing that nobody's really going to have to go out and look for with this car. It's going to be all there. I actually been collecting props for the trunk. The floors on this thing are solid as a rock. I mean, it's a really good shape. We got to put some patches in down here on the corners and a little dog leg work there. But back glass and everything, I mean, look how solid that is. That's the original. This is the front dash. Of course, it's probably got some stuff over it, but the dash and everything will be put in, the vents, it'll be sprayed, the buckskin and all that will be done, but there will be no carpet in it. There will be, the seats will be in it, but they're not going to be upholstered, and no headliner and stuff like that when we sell this car. So there's going to be a lot of things done to this car that if somebody would say, hey, you know what, my dad's a painter, my brother, my uncle, my aunt, whoever, we just want the car and we're going to finish it out. I think Stevie Wonder could figure this car out. It's just going to be that nice and that far advanced along that any fan could really take this car to a paint shop, have some paint sprayed on it. You know, if, like I said, if you guys are wanting to do some more of the mechanicals and stuff like that. But I mean, the spindles here have all been, you can't tell because they're dusty, but these have all been blasted and painted. The whole front end has been blasted and painted. It's going to be a gorgeous car, and this car is very straight, very solid, and we're going to be selling this our side project because, like I said, we're kind of getting a little tired. So there's that. The 32 back here, it sits, and I've got my. Most people don't know this about me, but my favorite movie of all time is American Graffiti. This is like my ultimate dream car. The Impalas are great, don't get me wrong, but that little 32 back there is kind of my life. That's the car I wanted ever since I started watching movies, and I wanted that car. And so my goals were, oh, this spring I'm going to get on it and blah, blah, blah. And just cars kept coming in and or trying to get cars done, and so it didn't get touched. Maybe since we're in fall now, we'll get some of that, or I'll get that taken down to the farm, and maybe just kind of work on it in my spare time, you know, away from the computer. I will probably be going away on the weekends, just not dealing with customers. Just because I need to do some things like work on my farm and work on some of my projects. So it's just been real chaotic. And then, of course, Joe, the 66, it's just been kind of under wraps just because so much is, obviously, as you can see, going on around here. And there's the engine that's going to be going over to Stephanie right there. So up to date, getting the engine all set up and ready to ship out tomorrow because Stephanie will get this. It'll ship out tomorrow. And then you guys are probably not going to see this video until probably Monday afternoon, possibly Tuesday. I have to take care of some stuff up in Kansas City, so I probably won't be back down here till Wednesday evening. And then we've got the Supernatural watch party that's going to take place up in Lawrence on Thursday. My girl Cassie's coming up. My girl Jan's going to be here with the Hillywood Impala. And after, it's going to be up at the premiere party. After the premiere party, it's getting brought down here to the shop. And there's some things that she wants updated on it, like the radiator and the front suspension and stuff like that. So lots of things just going on and trying to keep track of everything. Sometimes I can't even remember my own name and stuff. So that's what's going on with the shop. I'm sorry for the delays in my videos. God, I would love to do one every day, but unfortunately time is just not on my side. And but we're finally going to, like I said, once this stuff starts flowing out, we're going to have, Linda came and got The Darkness. So that's up in her possession. And I know she's going to be doing some shows here coming up real soon. So up in Iowa. So all you guys up in that part of the state or that part of the country, I hope you guys get out and see The Darkness. So Darkness left, and Jeff's Moose will be leaving, Brandy will be leaving, and then Venator not too long after, and then of course we've got Sammy and the Cajun Queen that are hopefully just going to be sliding in, and we're getting them painted, and once those are gone, then we get the other ones from up here. So those are kind of what's happening at the shop. Like I said, a lot of stuff. We got my boy. That's, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember names. But people are coming. People are coming to this shop. It's insane, and I mean, I love it. I mean, I love the craziness, the busyness of it. But trying to keep everything. I really have like an itinerary now, and I've never had that. And I have to write things down. Like, this is where I have to be on this date. This is what needs to be done. This is what I need to order. This is who I need to talk to. It's freaking crazy. And all I want to do is come out and wrench. That's what I really just want to do, because that's my my solitude. But sometimes I just don't get to do what I want to do, because I got to take care of everything else. So that's where we are, kids. That's where we are at, standing at the shop on October 7th. Hopefully Brandy, she'll be gone here real soon. Moose will be gone. I'm sure Scotty will probably be doing something probably for Halloween with, the Impala. And just so everybody knows, I mentioned this, Scott down in Branson, who owns Brandy, he has a few of the original screen used Supernatural vehicles. So if you guys are ever in that part of the neck of the woods, you need to go in there. He has Castiel's Pimp Mobile, and he has Pestilence's little AMC Hornet, that little green turd. I know those are there. It just came out here on Facebook that it was mentioned, so I will go ahead and mention it. Rihanna, who does all my Devil's Traps for me, she just bought the original Charlie's Gremlin from Super Dave. So that's freaking cool. And I think it's due here in Kansas tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So Monday, when you guys are probably watching this video, she's probably going to be getting her car. So we got other big news that we just can't talk about at this given time, things that are happening. So guys, bear with us, please, bear with us, and we'll try to get some things caught up and some other news released that we can talk about, and we'll just kind of go from there. So I will talk to you guys probably, I know I might take my video camera and do a video from the premiere party. I think that would be fun. So we'll do a special video up at the premiere party, and I'll just be talking to you guys then. Be safe, have a good weekend, and I'll just talk to you next Thursday, or this coming Thursday for the watch party, October 11th, the Supernatural premiere in Lawrence, Kansas. So talk to you guys later. Bye.